Okay, all right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to my viewers over there on YouTube, and also good morning as well to my viewers over there on TikTok. It's Monday, the 23rd of June, here today on the 215 Trades channel with the chef. Ultimately, looking to see if I can get some entries here today on XAU USD and also here on Euro USD as well. All right, so let's get into it. Do already have my point of interest marked out here on EU for around 6:30, and I also have the point of interest marked out here on gold as well. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video as well, please definitely go ahead and do so. All right, so that's the point of interest here on gold. Let's see what's ultimately going to happen here today. Price has been coming down since the opening of the market session, as you can see here. So let's see what's going to happen. My point of interest is at 3354 thereabouts. So this is going to be 33552. Wow, that's an aggressive drop as well. That's a crazy drop already. Here on on gold. Okay, EU still consolidating around that area. Wow, look at that. Ah, that's crazy. Wow. Just doing this, I'm trying to get the zones marked out as quickly as possible. But the volume that has just come into the market is just wild right now. And it's looking to push outside of my trading space here. So I'm now on the 4-hour time frame anyway, so I'm almost finished here with gold. Just looking at the daily time frame just to see if there's any key resistance or support areas here. Possibly this area. We have 2 candle wicks closing in that little zone there. Yeah. All right. That's it for gold. Let's have a quick look here on EU as well. Alright, so what I'm doing now is that I'm marking out the 215 zone here on EU. Since the beginning, well, since the market opened, we do have, well, no, I would say since the market opened, but we do have quite a bit of a uptrend right now here on Euro USD. Since market open, as you can see, market opened down, this distance came up, created a resistance, created a support, testing that resistance again, testing that support again, and it's looking to push up further here as well. So I'm just creating the 215 zone here on EU, and then I will basically look for my entries from that zone price. So let's see what's going to happen here. Moving my alert to my buy and my sell line, and I'm going to do the same as well as I did for gold just now, where I'm going to go to the higher time frame, starting off with the 30 minute time frame all the way up to the 4-hour time frame as well, to get my support and resistance areas, which will ultimately basically be my targets for entries here as well. All right, so let's see. So this is going to be my 30-minute resistance, going to the 1-hour time frame here as well. I'm just going to use the wick of this candle here as my 1-hour support. getting an alert there already on gold. Alright, and that's my 4 hour. My 4 hour is going to be about here. Such a clean zone. Okay. Let's just have a quick look at this. All right, so we have EU news coming out today on at 8:15 a.m. that's London time, and also at 8:30 a.m. as well. And we also have, and also 9 o'clock as well, not red but orange, so that's still going to have a lot of volume as well. GBP news coming out at 9:30, 2 high impact folders, and then we have USD news coming out at 2:45. So it's a very it's going to be a very productive day in regards to volume in the later session. All right, good. All right, so let's get into it. Here now on EU, I've already marked out my zone. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the stream, please go ahead and do so. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. We can see where DXY is pushing down here in zone 0 as well. Seeing that DXY is pushing down here as well. I don't know, but I woke up today for today's stream, but I don't have that usual energy that I usually have. But let's see how it works out today. We do have EU pushing up towards the buy area here as well. On this, ultimately what I'm looking for is for price to break above and close above the 215 zone for me to consider going for longs here. On EU, our price to pull back here and close below the sell line for me to consider taking shorts. It is going in a pretty decent uptrend, as you can see. I would really like, before it does close above my buy line, if it's going to confirm a buy, at least have like some rejection and pull back and distribute itself a bit inside the 215 zone before it ultimately push towards the upside. It is pushing up now, and if it does close above that buy line, above that 215 zone, then I'll be interested in taking that long here as well. So let's see ultimately what's going to happen here. You can see that the volume is pretty strong, pushing the price up, and DXY is pushing down here on the 15-minute time frame here on the charts. All right, so let's see what's going to happen. Let's go over to gold. Let's see what's happening here on gold as well. We're getting so much movement right now. So much movement right now here in gold, because look at that. We now already have the 50-minute rejection line on the sell side has been tested now, as you can see, and price now has really pulled back inside of the zone and has closed inside the zone as well. Usually these things don't happen so early. Well, the price action is like, yeah, it's doing a lot already. Well, you would expect that based on everything that's happening or has happened over the weekend as well. So let's see. So price, ultimately what I wanted to see was the price to break down, test and retrace back into the zone and reject from the zone, right? For me to consider, wait a minute, is that already, no, 4 minutes until this candle close. Yeah, EU is fixing to already confirm a buy entry here for me. That is so fun. It's only been 15 minutes since the stream has started. So price has to break the zone, test that 15-minute rejection line and reject back into the zone, followed by a rejection from the zone here for me to consider going for short. In an instance for me to take buys, I need to see test that 15-minute rejection on the buy side, rejects back into the zone, followed by a candle close above the zone. All right, which would consider me going for longs in this position. So that is what I'm looking for and I'm waiting for here on gold. We can see where it has came down and tested that 30-minute support. So let's see if we're going to get, if I'm going to get that entry set up here on gold. All right, remember guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel as well, please go ahead and do so. So this is the 215 zone for, this is the 630 215 zone, and these are the entries that I'm currently waiting for here on XAU. Now looking at EU, we can see where EU has pushed up aggressively above the zone already. It has already exceeded the buy line here on EU. However, it has also passed my safe space as well. For me to take an entry, my safe space would possibly be around there as well, and I still have about 2 minutes left on this candle. So all depending on where this candle closes will decide whether or not I take the entry here on EU. Let's switch it to yellow and put that to yellow broken lines as well. So it is pushing up aggressively. It is pushing up aggressively, as you can see, but if it continues to push like that and closes so far away from my zone, ultimately it is going to invalidate the long entry for me based off the rules of the 215 technique, and I would then have to wait for price to test whichever areas it wants to test above the zone, then retrace back to the zone and reject from the 215 zone. So you can see where the volume is pretty strong from these areas ever since. If you look at the 50-minute time frame here on EU, you can see that the buy pressure was massively strong, coming all the way from that 1 hour support, and it's just been green candles coming up ever since. So if price does pull back and close below that yellow line, then I'll be interested in going for that long. Ultimately, what I'll be doing is that I'll be trying to target these higher time frame resistance as my full TPs. So my TP1 being at that 30-minute resistance, followed by my 1 hour resistance being my TP2, and my 4 hour resistance being my TP3. So based on where the price is right now, I would like to see it pull back a bit, come back closer to the zone, close below that yellow line thereabouts. And if it does do that, then I'll be interested in taking it. But we still have 1 minute left on this candle to close. All right, good. All right, so let's see what's happening here in the chat. Not much going on. Oh, great. Good morning to you, stranger. And as well. Morning to you. Good morning, Sylvia. Hey, Forex. Hope you're doing well. No name. Gold go up. Well, yeah, that's what it looks like it's doing now. So let's see. Since the start of the stream, it has been pretty interesting. The first 15 minutes, and there has been so much going on here already. Look at EU right now, just there as well. So if it can just pull back down a bit more closer to the zone, then I'll be interested. But it's still hovering all the way above that yellow line, and that's not making that the entry valid. 5 seconds left as well. Let's see if I can get a retracement back to the zone, and then I would be interested in taking that long. So if it does come back down to the zone here, so if it does come back down to the zone and reject from the zone, then I'll be interested in taking that. So still waiting for that right now. It closed above my safe line there as well. The price can ultimately just push all the way to the TPs. That's fine. I am sticking to my rules when it comes on to EU, and if you have been here on the stream before, you know that EU does tend to do a lot of fakes outs. So to prevent all of that from happening, I personally have to stick to my plan here on EU and make sure that I get an ideal and proper setup. It has closed above my 215 zone, which is good. However, it has closed too far away from my 215 zone. So what I'm waiting for now is for price to pull back to the zone, then reject. And if I can get that price action, I'll be interested in taking an EU, that EU long. And as you can see here as well, you can see where DXY is coming down as well. However, you're getting a bit of a rejection here as well. It's currently still in zone 0, still have zone 1 below and zone C above. So let's see what is going to happen here. If EU is just going to come back down into the zone, close inside the zone, and then continue to go higher, then I'll be interested in taking that as well. All right, let's have a quick look here on gold. Gold has tested that 15-minute rejection side for the sell side, has now moved back into the 215 zone, as you can see. Has closed inside the zone as well. So if it now comes back and closes below the zone, then I will be interested in taking that short from the 215 zone, ultimately targeting the 30-minute support, the 1-hour support, and also the 4-hour support as my TP zones. That depends. If I'm taking any entries here on EU, it's basically my stop loss will always be 7 pips, and I aim for the 4-hour resistance or support, all depending if I'm going on a long or short. So the risk is basically, it fluctuates in a sense, because it all depends on how far the 30-minute resistance or the 1-hour resistance to the 4-hour is from the 215 zones, as they are my TP1s, TP2s, and so forth. When it comes on to gold, it's practically the same thing. If I'm taking an entry from the zone, which is highlighted by these red candles, then my stop loss would be at the opposite end of the 215 zone, and then my TPs would ultimately be 30-minute support, 1-hour support, 4-hour support, and the reverse if I was going for a long. So it's structure based versus how you look at it. Remember to hit the like button, my friends. We're at 1.2k likes. If we can only just get those likes up to 2k likes, I would really appreciate it. Price action is moving up aggressively here. On gold, EU is still hovering above the zone. It did reach for that 30-minute resistance, as you can see. I think there might be one even a little bit closer, if I'm not mistaken. I was seeing it. This little area here. It has broken through that area anyway, so that's fine. So now if price action can pull back into the zone, but ideally if it comes back to the point of interest, that would be very interesting. It's now 6:54 a.m. here in the UK. So let's see how today is going to go. Last week was a pretty slow week for us here on the channel. Entries were very minimal, and the entries that we did get from the 215 technique, especially on EU, basically only be going to TP1 and then retracing. Gold wasn't so exciting last week as well, so let's see if this week can be the ultimate week to make up for last week's entries as well. Alright, so EU has pulled back and tested well, it only goes on the top of the pile line, not quite crossing into the zone. Would like to see it retrace more into the zone. Would like to see it retrace more into the zone. So let's see. back in the zone though. What do you guys think? What are you guys expecting to happen here today on gold? Are you looking for gold to actually increases its price, or are you looking for it to say, let's say, continue to decrease? So far, since market open, it has decreased by 100. It has fallen by 150 pips. Since the opening of the market did open on quite a high, because look at that candle, it went all the way up to 3398. However, it swiftly decreased from that price action all the way back down to this region where it is in. So it has quite really from the top of where it's coming from. So from 3398 to 3356, let's say 58, that's about 40 pips. So that's like a 400 pip drop here on XAU. In all fairness, if we're doing it from the tallest point, as a matter of fact, if you're doing it from the tallest point to the lowest point, is about 500 pips. So that is a lot. That is definitely a lot, right? A lot of pips for the market to be moved by. EU on the other end, EU did come, it tested the zone but didn't quite cross the buy line and go into the zone. As you can see, it's now rejecting and continuing to push higher. Hasn't validated my entry as yet. It's fixing to do it, but it hasn't quite done it as yet based on the rules of the 215 technique. This candle did close too high away from the 215 zone. Needed for it to pull back and close inside the zone, followed by a rejection from the zone. However, it came and tested the top of the zone, didn't quite go in and close inside the zone. And as you can now see, it's rejecting and it's moving up nicely to that 30-minute resistance, but an entry has not been confirmed yet based on the 215 technique. Morning, D Legend. I think it will continue bearish. So you're saying that a price action here on gold will continue to fall. All right, well, no problem at all. It does seem that way. Does wow, where did that come from? It does have a pretty strong downward move as well, because on that 630 candle you can see where the price action aggressively fell as well. I think it fell about 40 pips when I was doing the markup as well. So the no, almost 100 pips. Look at that. Look at that. And now this candle closes in a minute. This will also be my 7 a.m. candle. So if it does close around this 215 zone here, that basically means then that my 630 215 zone and my 7 o'clock 215 zone is pretty much the same. They're in alignment with each other, which is quite good. Let's look at EU here. EU still hovering above the areas here. No entry confirmed here as yet. So let's see what is going on. Gold still in the zone here as well. All right, remember guys, if you have not yet subscribed, that's 215 Trades. Please go ahead and do so. That's the home of the 215 technique. If you want to learn more about how I use the 215 technique to basically look for entries here on XAU USD and also on EU. Okay. Still in the zone here. Yeah, EU has gone now. Let's see if it will come back. Now for gold though, because even though it has such a strong bearish pressure as well, doesn't mean that I can't get a quick scalp for a long here on gold. If it's going to confirm a long here for me, ultimately what I would need to see happen here is that I would need to see price come up and test this 50-minute rejection line here. Not only just test it with like a wick, but I need to see test it with an actual body candle close in this area. So if it comes up and tests this 50-minute rejection area here with a body candle close and then retrace from this price at point back to the zone, right, with a candle close on the inside of the 215 zone, followed by a rejection from the 215 zone with a candle close above the buy line and below the 50-minute rejection, then I would be interested in going for along here on on gold. All right. If it does confirm that price action, then I will do it. If we look at the 50-minute time frame, you can see that this is a key support area here on the 50-minute time frame for buys, because look, price came down, bam, tested that 353 price, and then it just skyrocketed. Not a whole lot. It's not like it's a massive jump, but even so, this is still a massive move here from that all the way up here. That's over 150, 120 to 150 pips on that move only. It has come back down to that 15-minute support area again. It can still make that 150 move, even so. Even if I don't get 150 pips from it, even if I get 40 pips, that's still a decent chunk of pips to gather from that movement. So still interesting to watch, still very interesting to watch here. Price is pushing up quite nicely. I just need to see it come up into these areas, test my 15-minute rejection line as it's doing now, and then I just need to see it retrace back to the zone and then reject from the zone. It's now 7:02 a.m. here in London. Stream is going all the way up until, what do you call it, until 8:30 a.m. here today. So let's see what's going to happen in this space and time. EU basically has now gone. Yeah, EU has skyrocketed aggressively from that 215 zone, not the way that I wanted it to do. So ultimately, what I needed for me to have entered this long here in EU, I needed to see price actually pull back into the zone, then reject from the zone. It did retrace a bit, but that candle didn't come into the zone. It actually closed about on top of it and has now basically just took it as a trampoline. So missed out on that buy entry here on EU. So I'm waiting for it. We still have, if we look at DXY, we can see where it's coming back down to zone 1. Usually when you see this happens and you see the price action of DXY moving into another zone, we may tend to see some rejections. So if we can get some good rejections from this on DXY for, let's say, when it's crossing the border into zone 1, if it comes like this and then rejects and come back up, we can see a bit of a pullback here on EU, when possibly that pullback could actually take us back to the 215 zone for me to look for a re-entry to continue with the uptrend. So that's up quite nicely right now here on EU, and is pushing towards, it would have passed TP1 as well and is reaching for TP2, and ultimately TP3 would be right there as well. So all positions here would have been filled, are going to be filled on EU. So I'm just waiting patiently on this just to see what's going to happen. It's the first day of the week as well, despite last week being a slow week. It's still one of those days where you have to still be cautious. There's no need for me to rush any entries. I just need to make sure that I wait for the perfect setup. Once it confirms and aligns with the 215 technique, then I go for it. All right, here on gold here as well, we do have gold hovering above the 15-minute rejection. If this candle does close in this area, then it's a very good test of the 15-minute rejection, and I can move my alert. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to move it not now back down to the zone, because this candle closes in 12 seconds, and then what I'll ultimately be waiting for is to see a retracement here on gold back to the 215 zone, followed by a rejection from that 215 zone for me to consider going for longs here as well. So EU has just pushed up aggressively, above the zone. Not in that position right now, but it's going where it's going. And gold right now has pushed up above the zone, so hopefully we can get a retracement. I can get a retracement back to the 215 zone for it to consider, for it to confirm that long. If it does confirm that long, this is what I'll ultimately be looking for. I'll be looking for price to close like that, and then I'll be targeting these areas as my full on TP. That looks like it's about 130 pips all the way up to that 4-hour. So let's see if that is going to happen today. All right, so it's Monday, so let's see what's going to happen here on TikTok. We are at 1.7k likes. We're not yet at 2k likes, my friends. So if you can just hit the double tap button, I would really appreciate it, as well, just to get the likes up on the stream. Big shout out to all my viewers as well over there on YouTube as well. See, getting that strong rejection. And we're also getting that rejection here on DXY because it came down, tested that support area, and is pulling back a bit. So let's see if we can pull down into the zone. As well, let's have a quick look here on gold. How are we looking today, Sylvia? Are we looking on oil? $6J. I'm guessing you got a very good entry on that. What's 6J again? 6J is JPY, is it Japanese yen? Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at that smooth down trend as well. So I'm guessing you were in a short on it. I am on a sell. Nice, 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 and it's moving down quite good as well, as you can see here. So that's good. EU is rejecting aggressively here as well. And you also have gold rejecting as well. These two charts align perfectly now because gold EU is just doing that massive down drop. Gold is also doing the same thing as well. Is your only do you use a 215 on 6J? Or do you just trade the structures on 6J? Ah, it doesn't work there. Damn. It does really look. It does really look nice though. Looking at the chart from the price, then again, the price has been falling for a pretty long while though. Yeah, it's been falling for a pretty long while. Have strange moves. Okay. Yeah, it does look really nice as well though, to be fair. All right, looking in gold, price action has rejected from that 15-minute resistance area, has pulled back into the zone and has closed inside the zone. It's now 7:10 a.m. here as well. We do have EU as well with the candle close on the inside of the zone as well. We do see we have DXY is pushing up here as well. Pretty interesting to see what is going to happen here. Gold is moving through the zone aggressively here as well. So let's see. If it does come back and close below that zone, it will confirm a short for me here as well. So let's see what's ultimately going to happen. Thoughts on EU? Oh, well, right now it's looking to confirm a long for me here on EU. But let's see ultimately what is going to happen. It has came up, tested that 30-minute resistance and has rejected greatly from it as well. So if this candle does close above the 215, so not exceeded my safe line, that's the yellow line right there, then I would be interested in trying for that short. and ultimately targeting these higher resistance as my TP1s and TP2s and all that good stuff. So 3 minutes until this candle close, so let's see what it does. It can actually do both actually. So you can go up or down. Right now I'm in a very neutral spot here when it comes on to gold in all fairness. So it has tested my sell side 50-minute rejection line, has retraced into the zone. It has also tested my 50-minute buy side rejection line as well, and has retraced and closed in my zone. So all depending on where these candles close, if it closes above the zone or below the zone, will decide whether or not I go for a long or if I go for a short here on EU. So as I said, it's in a pretty neutral spot right now because it has test retrace. So now the test retrace. So I now need to wait for the rejection from the zone in whichever direction. May not go the direction that I'm looking for it to go, but 215 says that's what's happening. So that's what's happening. Remember, guys, to hit that like button if you haven't yet done so. DXY is pushing up, EU is going down, gold as well is going down as well. Anyone holding any positions from last week? Wow, you're still in that cell. Nice. Nice, that's looking good. What was your entry point for that cell, my friend? Yeah, strange. It really has been a long time. It has been evading the 215 technique in all fairness. Last week there wasn't any decent entry ones nor entry twos confirmed as well. So let's see ultimately what is going to happen. Ideally, I wouldn't want this candle to confirm the entry, whether it's going to be a long or a short. I would prefer if this candle does close closer towards that point of interest area, and then the next candle be the one to confirm the buy or the sell, because at least then it would basically have created a support in this area. So 10 seconds until this candle close. If this candle close above, I'm not going to take it off of it. I'm waiting for the next one. So let's see. All right, good. This one, all right, perfect. So this candle closed inside the zone now. I like the structure now. So all depending on what this candle does, if it goes down or if it goes up, then I'd be interested in going for that long or that short. In regards to EU has come back down to this area here. So if it does come and close above the zone, then I'll be interested in going for that long there on EU as well. 3389. Nice, that's pretty lovely. 3389. So you're coming from, oh wow, what's your overall where are you looking to push that price action to? What's your TP on that? How long? Well, I've been doing it for quite some time, on and off, but I've only now consistently been doing it every day for a year, plus. But what it is that I found a strategy which I call the 215 technique, and now it's the only strategy that I use. So I said, oh, this is quite interesting. Let's do a YouTube channel. So I did a YouTube channel. Then I created TikTok channel, multiple TikTok channels actually, and I'm here today. Yeah, it's nothing you've seen before. Yeah, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's nothing that you've seen before. It's so random as well. So how it actually works is that we do have like this zone area. We do have like this zone area, which I call the 215 zone for many reasons. And what I normally wait to see happen is that I'll wait for to see price break, break and test like an area, retrace back to the 215 zone, then reject from that 215 zone. It's a very interesting technique, my friend. I tell you, Daniel, it's a very interesting technique. But you can definitely stick around. Maybe you will bring the luck today, and we can get a bang off an entry here on gold, also on EU as well. How to get the 215 zone? It really all depends, but in short, the principle behind of it is that on gold, whatever price that gold is trending at, you basically highlight that price. That would be your point of interest. Then you measure $2 from that point of interest above to get the buy line, then $2 below to get the sell line, and so you have the buy, the POI, and the sell line, and then that's basically your 215 zone. So it's time based. Okay, you should hit TP1 today. That's nice. So if this candle does close above my 215 zone here below that 15-minute rejection, I'll be interested in trying for a long here. I don't think the volume will allow me to get that 4-hour resistance, but who knows. Let's see ultimately what's going to happen. I still have a 1 minute and 30 seconds for this candle to close. So if it does close above that area here, I'll try for that long. You're waiting for sells, 3362. Okay, alright, yeah, no problem. That's good. So that's whatever your strategy tells you, my friend. I would say go for it. On the 50-minute time frame. I see what you're saying. So that support area here on that 15-minute rejection. No, I'm not in any buys nor sells. I'm actually waiting patiently. So if a candle close above or if a candle close below, then I'd be interested in going for a long or short, all depending. Supply and demand, okay. That's another decent candle close there on the point of interest, so that's good. So if price push down and close below my zone, then I'd be interested in going for that short. Ultimately targeting the 4-hour support as my TP for that short position. So let's see. It's now 7:20 a.m. here. Peter Pan SL incoming. On which one? Which one is it? Which one is which one is incoming, Peter Pan? On gold or on EU? I don't know what RGC is. I will hit SL on which one of the positions? If it goes for long, if it goes for long or short, which one? So if I go for a long, I will hit SL, or if I go for a short, I will hit SL. Let me know. let me know. All right, come on, guys. So we're at 3.4K likes here on the TikTok. Let's see if we can get those likes up to 4K. Like, we'd really appreciate it. Also, guys, remember to subscribe to 215 Trades here on YouTube. If you go short, instant SL. Okay. So I must go long. Peter Pan, is that what you're saying? So I should go long. I'm just waiting for a sell at 3362. Fingers crossed. Then buys are on 3331. Do you have to sell? No, I don't have to sell. It depends on whichever entry confirms. So whatever the 215 entry, whichever 215 entry is confirmed. Otherwise, I'll breach your account and find you. Okay, Peter Pan. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, you're on ICT. Okay. So you're saying go for long. It doesn't matter. If it goes short and I take it, that's just what it's gonna be. If it goes long, then I take it. We buy gold, WW3. Yeah, but the thing is, it hasn't. Look at what's been happening. It went up, yeah, this morning, but it's in a downtrend now. So the trend can continue or it can reverse, all dependent. This week, all-time high. What's EU doing? Okay. All right. So all right. So this is now looking to confirm along here. Still have 1 minute left on this candle though. So I still need to wait to see what is going to happen here on EU. If it does close above that, ooh, wow, that's a massive pullback. Don't we have some news coming out on EU in a few minutes? Is it a few minutes though? 8:50. Oh well, that's very far away. That's like almost an hour or so. Possibly. Let's look at my FX book because my FX book tends to break it out and show a lot more sometimes. Yeah, so there are some news coming out, and oh yeah, it's still small. There's what this is saying that there's a USD news coming out in like 35 minutes. The Fed Waller speaks at this late in the night. What time is it now in New York? Overall, what I think is that the gold should be going to like 3,600. I've been saying that for some time, but it has not been doing that. Yeah, I know New York is sleeping, but they have news coming out in 35 minutes. Some Fed speaking at someone so late. Fake news. Yeah, I didn't put it there. Yeah, this is gold right now. If you're waiting for a buy, put buy in the chat. If you're waiting for a sell, put sell in the chat here on gold. Let's see what you guys are thinking is going to happen. Are we waiting for a buy? Or are we waiting for a sell? So put buy or sell or B or S in the chat. Let's see what the polls are saying. All right, so BP is saying sell. All right, so TikTok is saying sell. Hold on, guys, give me a minute. 2 minutes until this candle close here in a year. Let's see if it's gonna confirm that decent long entry here and then just give me the price action all the way up. Hopefully it does and doesn't just skyrocket through that safe line and just continue to push all the way to the full TPs and all that. It's me, Shan. My phone is playing up. Really? Are you, Shan? You know, I was actually looking for you over there on TikTok. You know, I was looking for you, but that's nice that you're on YouTube. How are you? How are you doing today, Shan? 2 minutes until this candle close. Gold right now still consolidating in the 215 zone. If I look at the 15-minute time frame, we do have another 15-minute candle about to close around the point of interest as well. Your phone is acting up. You need to put that phone in its place. Overall, I think the EU should, like, I should be seen, like, I'm pretty bullish on EU, you know, in all fairness. I haven't seen the reason for it as yet to be like to be bearish, in my opinion. As I said, I'm no financial advisor, I'm just some random guy here on the internet. We do, then again, we do have some high impact news coming out on EU in a few minutes as well. So the price action could be delayed, waiting for that, because that comes out at 8:15 a.m., which is in the next 4 to 5 minutes as well. Which ultimately, I don't mind if EU actually does stay in the zone and wait and then confirm whatever it wants to confirm and just give me that decent entry confirmation as well. I don't mind that. As I said, when it comes down to EU, and I just have to stick to my rules and make sure that they perfectly align. So this is another 15-minute candle closing right on that point of interest. So this 215 zone is pretty decent. It's a pretty strong 215 zone. As you can see, the sell side has been tested, buy side has been tested. We still don't have any candles closing above nor below as yet. If we look now, you can see where price action is being distributed around the center parts of the 215 zone here as well. USD JPY look like sells might be about to happen. USD JPY has been in a sell move well for a pretty long while. Look at all of these tests of this buy area. As you can see, price keep on coming up, and like it's just weakening, but it's not closing above that area as well. Okay, you have my IP address here coming now. All right, nice. What do I think on gold? I'm just waiting patiently for an entry here on gold. It all depends on what it decides to do. If it closes above my 215 zone, then I'll be interested in taking a long. Ideally pushing to see if I can get these higher time frame supports or resistance, I mean, sorry. But if it pushes below my 215 zone and closes below my 215 zone, then I'll be looking to go for a short, all depending on which side of the zone it closes on. That's what I'm waiting for ultimately. Ultimately, as you can see, it broke below the 215 zone, tested that 15-minute rejection on the sell side. It has retraced and closed inside the zone, right? However, while after it done that, it did the same reverse of that immediately, where it tested the 15-minute rejection on the buy side and has retraced back into the 215 zone and closed. So for both a long and a short, it has confirmed. It has confirmed. It has confirmed, what do you call it? It has confirmed a two things, two of the requirements of the tree that confirms an entry. Why the 215 zone not called the 123 zone? Why would you call it the 123 zone? Talk about EU. Okay. Yeah, sure. EU right now is still hovering above my buy line, above my 215 zone, as you can see. It hasn't confirmed anything yet. If it does close above my 215 zone, just in between, not exceeding this yellow line here, then I'd be interested in going for that long, ultimately targeting these higher time frame resistance and so forth. Still have 2 minutes left on this candle before it actually does close. I'm only looking to risk maybe about 8 pips here on this. So not a whole lot on EU. 2 minutes until that candle closes. 7:33 a.m. here as well. Okay. Gold is pushing up as well above the zone. 1 minute as well until this candle closes. Need to see EU close in that little safe space here. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, please go ahead and do so. Yeah, it's fixing for a pretty lovely buy here as well, but I just need to see. It has to confirm the entry perfectly here on this as well. Gold is coming above that 215 zone as well. It's testing the buy side. And it's 45. Oh, wow. So it's 40 seconds left here in this candle. If gold does close above this area here, then I'll be looking to take that long here on gold. If it does close above that zone there, right in that area, I'll be looking to take that long there on gold, and ultimately targeting the higher time frame resistance here as well. EU is oh wow, what's going on here? That's a massive rejection here on EU. That's why it's perfect. You have to wait. You see, you have to wait for the candle to close. So that's why I do candle close versus. You currently do not have active public lives. Of course, I'm active. Hurry and connect. But oh wait. All right. So no candle closer. So no entry confirmed as yet. That's you see, that's what I'm saying about EU. When it comes on to EU, right? When it comes on to EU, I can't force an entry. Whenever I force an entry in EU, it always comes back, so bites me, you know, that kind of thing. So it is testing that buy side area. Yes, it's definitely testing that buy side area. It is testing that buy side area, but it's not closing above. No, don't say that. Don't say that, stranger. It's just these things do happen, right? These things do happen because what happened is that the 215 technique, because the entry models are so specific, and it has to meet a specific criteria, has to do various things, right? It's not all the time I'm going to get an entry. Last week we got starved out. Yes, definitely, for sure, we got starved out, but the week before that, remember, strangers, remember, last week was slow, but remember the week before that was a banger week where we got a lot of pips on XAU, right? So we just have to wait and be patient. It's all about being patient, my friend. All about being patient. We do have quite a lot of consolidation happening here though in the 215 zone on gold as well. Looking at EU as well. EU has rejected. Hold on, let me just take that off so I don't confuse anyone because no entry was confirmed on that. Gold is now gold is now pushing down on the lower end of the zone. It does good when London starts. Yeah, London do start in about 23 minutes as well. If it gets too close to London opening without confirming an entry, like I don't want to take it like 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before London opening. So yeah, it's all about just being patient, my friends. It's all about being patient because one thing I always say to myself is that I'll be more comfortable with taking an let's say an SL following my technique versus taking an SL and just basically just entering it just a random position. Because now we can see where gold is pushing down to my sell side line. Candle closes in 2 minutes. If it does close below, then I'm going to be going for a short here. On gold, EU as well is rejecting nicely. Is now down back into the 215 zone, consolidating around that point of interest area. You can, if you look here on DXY, you can see where the price action came down, tested zone 1. Well, only just tested it by a wick, right, and then rejected and is now going back upwards, and that's why you see that opposite direction here on EU, where EU is coming down, DXY is pushing up as well. And if it continues to push like that, then we should be seeing a pretty strong down move here on EU. Gold has just crossed the sell line only just by a wick here as well. But I still have 1 minute left here on this candle. Come on, guys, we're at 4.5k likes here on TikTok. If you can only just get those likes up to 5k likes, I would really appreciate it. Remember as well, if you haven't yet subscribed to the 215 Trade channel, please go ahead and do so. Right now, waiting patiently for an entry here on gold, and I'm also waiting for it here on EU. Pretty strong rejection here on EU. You can see where there's like a lot of buying pressure here on EU. Wow, look at that. It's back above there, that area again, and gold is rejecting from that sell line again. Let's see if the EU does close above that zone, then that's a confirmation for me to go for a long here. 20 seconds left on that as well. Let me just get my 10 seconds. All right, so I'm looking to go for that buy here in EU. All right. All right, so just took the buy here on EU. Looking to put my stop loss not too far away. Putting my stop loss about there, so just about 8 pips here on my stop loss. Putting my TP all the way at my 4 hour. So let's see what's going to happen now. Let's see if it's just going to reverse or if it's just going to continue to fly to where I want it to. So let's see what EU brings. So let's see if EU is going to push down or if it's just going to push up. Waited for a candle to close above my 215 zone. Just got a candle close above there as well. So let's see if it's now going to continue to push up. Not risking a whole lot here on this, just risking about 8 pips here on that. And let's see if it's going to move. So it's either going to go or if it's going to move, retrace nicely down to the stop loss. Let's have a quick look here at gold. Gold is pushing down to my sell line here as well. So if it does close below my sell line, I'll be interested in going for that short here. as well. I don't like taking opposite trades, you know, on gold and also on EU. Don't like that. Oh, well, look like that EU faked me out there as well, even after that retracement and that test as well. Two minutes left on that candle as well. Gold is testing that sell side as well. Time is now 7:42 a.m. here in London. London market opens in about 18 minutes here as well. On EU, just took this long position here on EU. Reason being, price broke above my 215 zone, tested that 30-minute resistance, pushing towards that 1 hour resistance, has retraced back into my zone, felt around for that point of interest, and then finally rejecting from that 215 zone with a candle close just above the zone here. Now, because I have that candle close above the zone, I am in that buy position here on EU, ultimately looking to see if price can move up towards that 30-minute resistance, then that 1 hour resistance, and ultimately in the end going for that 4 hour resistance. Since entry though, price has retraced back a bit as well. However, still only just risking just 8 pips on this move, not risking a whole lot, just to make sure that I'm in the game. Looking here at DXY as well, you can see where DXY price has pushed down towards what's this, to zone 1, has rejected, came back up, and is now in this little support area here, well, resistance area here, and has rejected from it and is coming down nicely. So if DXY can continue to push down, rejecting from this area, then I should be seeing a pretty strong reversal on that. So let's see here what EU brings. See if we can get, if we can get a flip. If this candle does flip and close green, then that would be pretty nice. Now let's have a quick look here on gold. 1 minute left on this gold candle. Question, will gold spike down to 40 to 45 to kick out the retest? I don't know. Possibly. If this candle closed below this zone, wow, like say you're gonna be in a buy and a short on gold as well. Well, let's see. 40 seconds until this candle close. Come on, adjust lot size. 2. Okay, there you go. Yeah, EU is looking like it's going to, yeah, EU is looking like it's moving smoothly towards my stop loss there on EU. All right, so gold didn't close below the line, closed above the line though, still hovering along that area. EU is moving slowly down towards the SL there. Still having DXY rejecting from this resistance area here, but it's still pushing towards it just the same. So that's why I'm still getting that pullback here on EU. Gold is rejecting from the sell side there, which is a 15-minute support. As you can see, the London market opens in about 15 minutes as well. So let's see what's going to happen. See if we can get a flip here on EU. We do have some very high impactful news as well coming out on EU in about 30 minutes as well. Gold is rejecting from that sell line. It's pushing up nicely. Likewise, EU is still consolidating around my SL area there. Need to see some more momentum to push it back up here above the line there. Need to get a stronger pullback here on DXY to see that, for it to translate over into EU as a stronger buy. Why is it so cold all of a sudden? Hold on, guys, give me a minute. Okay, all right. EU still in the lower end of profits here. Still, this candle closes in. Oh wait. Oh, so gold came back to the point of interest. This 5-minute candle close around the point of interest there as well. So that the 215 zone is definitely acting as if it's a magnet here. On gold, because you can see where we do have quite a few candles that's coming in to the 215 zone, closing around that point of interest area. It's now 7:50 a.m. here as well. The London market opens in about 10 minutes as well, so the risk has actually increased on the entry here for gold if you want to enter just before London and all of that kind of fun stuff. So let's see. Hopefully it doesn't confirm an entry before London, and it just continue to consolidate in the zone until London market does open. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, please definitely go ahead and do so. It is right there as well. And if you haven't yet liked the stream as well, please go ahead and do so. We now have what 4,700 likes here on TikTok. If we can just get those likes up to 5k likes, I would really appreciate it. Big shout out as well to my YouTube viewers as well for being so patient and being here with the channel. What's my confirmation on EU? Okay, all right. So my confirmation on EU was that price broke above my 215 zone. However, it broke so aggressively and pushed upwards as well. Went up to TP to TP1. I almost hit TP2 on that push, so I waited for it to reverse. It has reversed, came into the zone and closed inside the zone as well, followed by another rejection from the zone. So I've now entered along here on EU, pushing to hopefully see if we can get it to pass that 30-minute resistance all the way up to that 4-hour resistance as well. Not risking a whole lot. Stop loss is just placed at my point of interest versus being placed at my sell line, which would be basically double the amount of pips. Since I've entered, not quite has given me that aggressive push as yet. You can see where DXY is still rejecting from this area, but I needed for it to be pushing across aggressively from here. It ultimately might just be a very good entry, just that it's a bit early as well. So that could be a case as well. We do have the London Open in about 8 minutes as well, and then we have some news coming out on EU, some high impactful news coming out as well at 8:15 a.m. as well. So not very far away from now, but looking at that right now, you can see where the EU position is moving smoothly towards my SL. So let's see what's going to happen there on EU as well. Pretty bearish though. Pretty bullish, sorry, on EU. So let's see. So even if this one doesn't play out, I'll still more than likely wait to see what the next confirmation is going to be here on EU. Not getting that strong flip here on DXY, rejecting from that resistance area here, and that's what's hindering the EU position from coming to fruition. Gold, on the other hand, still have 7 minutes left until London Open. It's a bit crazy. You don't want to take it so soon, to so early, so close actually to the London Open. So for gold, I won't take an entry just yet. Need to wait until London opens. I'm already in that EU position anyway, so that's all right. But for gold, I'm going to have to wait. As a matter of fact, I won't be taking any additional entries until London opens. And let's see what happens. If this position can hold out until London, then that would be good. If it doesn't close out, then that would be good. So let's see. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet hit that like button, please definitely go ahead and do so. That's 215 trades as well for you to subscribe as well here. YouTube as well. We see it's pretty strong rejection there. EU is just consolidating around the SL. So only risking about 8 pips on this position. Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. All right, 4.9K likes on TikTok. Let's see if we can get those likes up to 5K. We only just need 100, and that will be all for today. Gold is pushing up again from that sell line. 10 seconds. This is still going to be closing inside the zone. So it's 5 minutes left now on until until New York. What am I saying? Until London opens. Thank you, Jay, for that follow on YouTube. Big shout out to you, my friend. So 5 minutes until London opens. EU is still playing towards the SL area. Need to see that flip, but it has not confirmed that. Yet DXY is still consolidating around this resistance area and is struggling to continue to push down and break this. If it does come down and break this little support area here, that's pretty good. But I'm still holding here, my buy position here on EU. Five minutes until London opens. Well, 4 minutes. Walabi Ayomide. Not sure if I pronounced that. What are you looking to purchase? Look at that. So now, if ultimately, if hey Andrewski, if gold closes in this area, this is ultimately a buy confirmation. But it's London. It's going to be the London opening candle. That's just going to be the tricky part about it. That's the ultimate tricky part about it. But if it does close in this area, this is a perfect 215 entry window for the buy, because price tested that point of that 50-minute rejection line, retraced to the zone and closed inside the zone. So now ultimately need to see if this candle does close here, then it's a buy confirmation here on gold. But London opens with this candle. What is the next candle going to do after London open? So it's just going to be pretty yeah, it's a bit of a rock and a hard place kind of thing. Am I going to take the risk if that does happen though? Why not? 215 says go for it, then that's what I'm going to do. So 2 minutes and 32 seconds left on this candle. So all depending on where this candle closes. I know London opens in like a few minutes, especially with when this candle closes. But if it does confirm the entry, then it does confirm the entry. Yeah, EU is still playing with my entry, still hasn't put me in green as yet. So let's see if it's holding out until London opens, which London does opens in about 2 minutes. But if this candle closes in this area, yeah, there's some news on EU coming out in the next 17 minutes as well. Wow, this is a tricky one. This is a very tricky one. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. If this candle closes here, it's going to confirm that long. Should I go for the long? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think over there on YouTube and also on TikTok. Should I go for that long if it does close it, because it is going to confirm that long entry, but London opens in a few minutes. No idea. Sylvia, tell me, Sylvia, what would you do? What would you do in this case? Two minutes. Yeah, it's such a tricky one. Come on, guys. 50 seconds left. Let me know. What would you do? You don't like enter without market opens. Go for it. It's a bit of a tricky one still. 42 seconds. Full 14. Buy it. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 22 seconds. Yeah, that's the tricky part. It's the London opening as well, and then the next candle afterwards is just gonna be, so it's gonna be quite risky. It's gonna be really too risky as well. Even it might very well just push and go all the way up as well. We just have missed out on that 2 seconds. So it just confirmed that buy. I didn't take it though. So let's see what's gonna happen. Ideally, hopefully the second candle can confirm it. So let's see. London has now opened. What is it doing? EU is finally pushing up. We now have that break off that little support area here on the DXY chart. So let's see if we can get a pretty push upwards here on EU as well. Looking here on gold, buy was definitely confirmed here on gold, but it's the London opening, didn't take it on that candle. So let's wait and see if we can get a pullback here on gold. Candle close on the inside of the zone and then followed by another candle above. Then I'll be interested in taking the buy at that point in time. EU as well has just hit that 30-minute resistance. DXY is pushing down as well right now. So ultimately what I'm going to be doing, just need to wait. I'm waiting for this 5-minute candle to close just to see what's going on. Let's see if I can get a close above that 30-minute resistance as well. That's a pretty strong pullback as well. So let's see. See what's going on here in EU. Come on, London. Let's give me that push. Give that push. I've been holding on this, waiting for it. Gold still consolidate. Hasn't done anything here as well. Come on, London. Come on, don't do that. Come on, London. I've been waiting for this. Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Give me that push. But I won't say that. I don't think the day has anything to do with it, my friend. It's just the price action. Somewhat, what did someone say? Or even go to 3280. Yeah, that would be good if it went down there. I see gold dropping to 3,300. I don't mind if it falls like that, but I would really love for it to fall if I am in it as well. Yeah, I don't think London is going to be pushing. Yeah, it just that strong wick up there and then that massive pullback. Yeah, I think this EU position is gonna blow. Yeah, sometimes that's the case. Yeah, looking at this massive push up to that 30-minute resistance, only to just reject from it so aggressively and then pulling back down. Yeah, I think this EU position is going to blow. I'm still in it anyways though, but London has just shown me that look, yeah, we wanted to go for the buys, but we're not really going to go for the buys. So we're actually going to go for the sells here on EU. That's what this EU position looks like to me. Yep. As you can now see, look, you can see that pretty strong pullback here on DXY. Did get that push downwards as well, and that was just the volume coming in as well, because the price action was being consolidating here for a little bit. The London opening just pushed the price action up, and it's now going back to the original direction which it wants to go. So ultimately, by the looks of this aggressive pullback does look as if EU actually wants to continue to go lower versus the price action continuing to go up here on EU. All right, what's going on here on gold? Gold is back in the 215 zone here, 8:05 a.m. Yeah, this massive rejection, this candle alone is a confirmation that it's going to go for short. So this EU position is definitely going to blow. London did push it up a bit, however, based on that rejection from that 30-minute resistance, yeah, it's going to go. So yeah, so this EU is going to be a buzz. You can still see where DXY did came down. Test that little support area here, which it has formulated, but the momentum isn't strong enough for it to continue to push through. So this buy is now looking like, well, you can basically, yeah, you can see that he's already out anyways. Yeah, so I'm out on that EU buy. Sad, so sad. Wait, hold on, someone is asking it. What's that question? Are you saying EU USD is going up or going down, buddy? Well, no, I just got stopped out. Just got stopped out on that long here on EU. Oh, hi, Ren. Good morning to you, my friend. Just realized that you were there. Didn't see you there. Gold right now, massive drop there on gold, as you guys can see. If I had entered on that London opening, then that would have been a proper spanking there on gold. Proper spanking there on gold. Proper spanking there on gold. What do you think about the EU news? Yeah, the EU news comes about in EU news comes about in 14 minutes. Yeah, 14 minutes. Yeah, got stopped out on the on that EU position just now. But it was just that London, like, oh, London pushed up, came up to that 30-minute resistance there. Was waiting for it to, like, let's say, close above it. If it had closed above it, then you know what, I would have moved to PE at that point in time. But it only just wicked and then retraced aggressively, as you can see. So now, just waiting for. I might be cooked. What are you cooking? So let's see. Let's see what the EU news comes out and say in the next basically 8 minutes. So let's see what's going to happen in 8 minutes when the EU news comes out. All right, hold on. Let's see what's happening here in gold. Gold is still inside the zone. Wow, so aggressive. So we're still below this area here. We still haven't gotten a quite good confirmation. There's no, on the 50-minute time frame, there's no 50-minute candles closing below the zone, but we do have quite a bit of them closing above. We only have one followed by an immediate rejection as well. So let's see what's going to happen here. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the 215 Trades channel here, please make sure you go ahead and do so. We're at 6.1k likes as well on the stream, so if we can also just get those likes up to 7k likes, I would really appreciate it. So 50, no, is that 50 minutes? It's about 6 minutes until EU news comes out. I'm pretty. I want to see what that news is going to do as well. Gold is going to go up massively. Well, let's see, Marcus. Let's see what's going to happen there. Possibly. It's now 8:10 a.m. here in the UK, going up until 8:30 a.m. here as well. Gold is gonna drop if it breaks 3350. Yeah, well, 3352 is going to be, that's where my sell side is as well. Yeah, our foreparents should have been stocking gold for us, you know, from way back in the days. We would be living the life now. That London candle there, that cheeky London candle there. Bitcoin, yeah, it's so, like, it's so weird though, because I remember back in the days though when Bitcoin was just about as well, when Bitcoin was just about, well, it was so, like, you know, we didn't have all the knowledge we have now. Back then, if we had all of the knowledge, man, it would be crazy. No, I'm not in XAU. I'm not in EU as well. All right, so the EU news comes out in 4 minutes. Want to see what that news is going to do. Gold as well. So right now, where gold is at right now, so gold basically has tested that 15-minute rejection on the buy side, came into the zone. This was London opening, didn't take that. However, now it also tested at the sell side 15-minute rejection and is inside the zone. So if it does close below or above the zone, then that would ultimately confirm which entry I'm going to go for. So if it does close below here, then I'll be interested in going for a short here. Marvin, you just wait. Retest. Retest on what? Sorry. Yeah, basically break and retest of the zone if that's what you mean. So yeah, so price has broken and retest the zone quite a few times. Now I just need to wait for a candle to close below or above the zone for me to go for a long or a short in this instance. I'm very interested. I'm so interested in seeing what the EU news is going to do in 3 minutes, because this London wick just took me out. Would have been such a nice long here. So in 2.5 minutes. All right, gold is now below the 215 zone. If it does close in this little area here, then I would be interested in trying for the short and putting the SL just at the top of the 215 zone. They're not risking a whole lot, risking about 40 pips on that move. And let's see what is going to happen. So I also ultimately need to wait on that candle to close in that region there as well. Good morning, Oma. $3386. Ah, that's a massive. That's great. That's awesome. 2 minutes until the EU news comes out. Want to see what that EU news is going to do. Gold is right there, 1 minute as well until this gold candle close. Oh wait, let's switch this to gold. All right, so that gold just confirmed a short there. Let's see, EU news has come out. Oh, damn, look at that aggressive EU news there on that. And then gold just confirmed a short as well. What was it? What were the results though on that EU news? Can't be. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was really, really bad. This is the first candle close below the zone here to confirm a short here on gold based on the 215. Basically, we had a test retracement and a close, and now we're having a close below the zone. So let's see if it's going to continue to trend, if it's going to come out and hit the SL. I use my FX book and I also use Forex Factory as well. It's going to be a very rough day today. A very rough start of the week as well if I hit 2 SLs on the day. Yours is slow to update. Well, I use my FX book. No, I don't think it's ultimately slow. I just think it's like the if you want if you want to get it like the fast new, like get the results as they're out, you have to be like you might have to pay for it. This is trading view. You might have to pay for it, like the big banks and so forth. I think they have maybe some, but I don't know how you get into that. Like the bigger platform traders, they do have that kind of system in place. Yeah, news just came out. News just came out on EU, but it didn't come out in a very good light for the EU currency. So pretty much that's what the London opening was saying, that look, it is not a good area because this candle open, wicked up, then it reject aggressively. By it actually doing that, that was saying, look, I don't want to go any higher right now. So it went all the way down and wicked down aggressively, as you can see, which is in alignment to the news release that has pushed EU down so aggressively. It has fallen by quite a bit from that stop loss area. Has gone down by 13 pips here as well. It's now 8:17 a.m. here on the London time frame. We are going all the way to 8:30, which is in the next 12 minutes. Took an 8 pips SL here on EU just now for a buy. Price did break above the zone, tested that 15-minute rejection, pulled back to the zone, and I entered that long. Didn't look so lovely as well. Price did consolidate quite a bit in the lower segment of the position, but it didn't quite push above. London did come in, however, what London did push the price up a bit, but it rejected from that 30-minute resistance and ultimately came in back down to take my SL here on that. So pretty often a pretty bad start already for the week. It's not a whole lot though. But here now, I just took a short here on gold. So let's see what's going to happen ultimately if we're going to get a flip. If this candle doesn't flip, then that position doesn't look quite so good. And ultimately, this position would be a fake out here. We do have gold has been consolidating in the zone for quite a bit. As you can see, this is the first candle to close below. We did get a candle close above as well, but that was London opening after it rejected down a bit as well. But that's what the 215 says. Price has came down, tested, retraced in the zone, and is now back again to close below the zone. So if need to see this candle flip, if this candle doesn't flip, then that's not a good sign on this short position here today. But let's see ultimately what is going to happen here. Need to see a flip on that candle. This is on the 5-minute time frame. Oh, great. Look at that. So we're at 7.9K likes here. 7.9K likes here on TikTok. If we can get those likes up to 8K, we would really appreciate it. Remember as well to definitely subscribe to 215 Trades at here on YouTube, which is basically the home of the channel. Now that's not a good look. That's definitely not a good look on that flip here on XAU right now, as you can see here. So let's see what is going to happen. We do have 10 minutes left here on stream. EU has just been aggressively evading the 215 technique for the longest while. What is not a good look? So what I'm saying is not a good look was that this candle needed to have flipped, but instead of it flipping and actually continuing lower, it has reversed. So that's what I'm saying is not a good look based off how that candle flipped there just now. Yeah, so this candle did confirm the chart, but this secondary candle that came in, I needed to have seen it actually close red below this candle, but because it flipped, that showed that look, the sell pressure might not be as strong as the way I wanted to go in the direction of the 215 zone. Today has been quite choppy here with the 215 technique here inside of the zone. As you can see, we have multiple candles closing in. We did get quite a bit of a fake out here on the London Open, and now we're getting a retracement down to the sell side as well. I'm new to the game, trying to learn bits here and there. Yeah, no problem at all, Marcus. No problem at all. Definitely watch the YouTube videos all over the place. There is a lot of information all over which you can find as well, and definitely do read up quite a bit as well. Identify market structures and so on and so forth. DXY is rejecting. You see, DXY still hasn't broken this area here as yet. Still hasn't broken this area here as yet. It's still rejecting from this area here, and now you can see where EU is pushing up. Looking at the news as well, we do have news coming out again in 7 minutes as well on EU. Well, let's see ultimately what's going to happen there on that. Gold is not looking so good as well. A lot of consolidation going on here. All right, almost at 9K likes, my friends. We just need 200 more likes to get the likes up here on the channel. Thank you, Marcus, for the support there. My SL is just at that at 3356 thereabouts. If you look at that, EU is now pushing down towards the south side. But I'm only doing these 2 entries, but I've already lost the first one, so I have to reduce the second one. So even if that does confirm, then that will be it for me today. Off to a very rough start here this week. Last week before was good. Last week was slow. This week has started off as a bit of a rough week already, as you guys can see here. EU news coming out in the next 6 minutes. I want to see what that news is going to do. So even though I usually go at 8:30, I'm going to wait and see what the EU news is going to do. It hasn't quite moved though by a lot of pips though, but from these 2 folders. Because let's see, from the tip of that one, that was London opening, down to this one. That what's that? How many? I can't see. Come on, move this over a little bit more. Let's measure that. So from the tip of this all the way down to there. So from the tip of that one all the way down to there, that's 20. Oh, that's a lot of pips though on EU. On EU, yeah. That gold entry moving nicely back towards my SL. No rejection, so that's not good. Not a good entry there. Not a good. No, in regards to the 215 technique, it was confirmed here as well. Just a bit of a fake out based off the price action on the structure here as well. Sunday. Hi, Prince for Life. Sunday. It's Monday now. Where are you? DXY is pushing up, EU is coming down, and gold is pulling back as well. Let's see. ultimately my full-on TP would basically be down at that 4-hour support at 3340. That's what I'm ultimately looking for. Oh, it's Sunday here. Where is that? Hold on. Let me look. Open the So my risk to reward is structure based. Ah, you're in Alaska. Ah, yeah. Forgot about that. So my risk to reward is it's structure based really. So for EU for gold, my stop loss is always going to be about 45 pips, and then I aim for my 30-minute support as my TP1 and my 1-hour support as my TP2, and so on and so forth for buy and also for shorts as well. That's a pretty rough rejection. It would have been nice if this candle rejected from that point of interest and went downwards. It would have been pretty decent. It would have been a very nice confirmation and all of that if it continued down. But it's still reversing, and we still have EU. Oh, DXY. Yeah, I thought DXY was still continuing, but it's still pushing back, still rejecting from that that resistance area there as well. How cold is it right now in Alaska? All right, out on that gold. Just a few seconds left. Yeah, overall, I think eventually it's going to go all-time highs yet again. However, it hasn't quite confirmed the long trend as of yet. So it has been in a little bit of a downtrend for the longest while in a bit. So it hasn't confirmed that massive up move is there. I'm overall looking to see it go to about 3,600 the next time it actually does push up. EU news coming about in a minute. I want to see what that EU news is going to do to the market here as well, because the first one gave us a pretty strong down move there. Let's see what this says. My FX book says it's the EU. It's coming. Oh, it says Germany releasing some news now. Releasing tree. It's actually tree 8COB. I'm not sure what that is. There's a lot of EU news coming out between now and about in the next hour or so, and then it passes it over to go to GBP. All right, let's see what the news say in 12 seconds. Want to see what the price action is going to do here. Looks like it came out good as well. Yeah, stop loss hit here on gold, so let's take that off. That's 2 SL in the morning here. Wait, hold on. Is that good or bad? Hold on. It came out good. Well, one of them came out good. The next one is still pending. Basically, came out just a little bit above where they wanted, so might be seeing it climb a little bit higher, but it's not a whole lot going on here. All right, so today is the 23rd of June. Took a buy here on EU. Based off the break and retest of the zone. However, London market came in, opened the market, tested that 30-minute resistance. However, rejected aggressively once it had tested that 30-minute resistance, pulled back and had closed out my position there. So lost 8 pips there on EU, then came back over here on gold for a bit of a short position with that close below that 215 zone. However, as you can see, price action has rejected from that sell line and pushed back to that buy line. as well, pretty aggressive as well, taking me out on a 40 pip sell on that. So 40 pips and 7 pips. So overall, if you're adding that together, down 40 to 48 pips here for the day. Pretty rough start for the week, sadly, but that's just how the game goes on Sunday. It's just the first day of the trading week. We still have about 4 more days to go for the rest of the week, and we do have quite a lot of price action to look forward to here as well. So it's now 8:31 a.m. here today in London, and that's the usual time that I do go off here. So on that note, what I'm going to say, big shout out to all my viewers over there on YouTube, for all the persons who did show up and like the stream, and also those persons who subscribe as well, and for all the persons on YouTube who interacted with the live. Really do appreciate all the love and the support. My TikTok viewers as well, who came out in their numbers, who all tapped the screen, liked the live, and also shared the live. I really do appreciate all that you guys have done. And for all those persons as well who took the time out from TikTok to head on over to the YouTube channel at 215 Trades and subscribe to learn more about the 215 technique, I really do appreciate everyone. All right, so on that note, my friends, I just want to say stay safe, happy trading, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow, same time, same place, okay, at 6:30 a.m. London time. All right, see you.